My first contact with the BMW i3 was several years ago at a London car show, back when these cars were still new. I distinctly remember that the stars of the show were the i8 and the Tesla Model S. Hardly anyone gave a second glance to the i3, so I had the opportunity to give it a good look around, sit in it, and generally admire it. The i3 ended up being my favorite car from that show. Nowadays they are quite popular in hip places of London, and seeing so many of them on the road, the urge to drive one came back. So I hired one from car sharing company Drive Now. The most striking feature of the i3 is arguably its exterior design. It looks like a road-going concept car. Futuristic, I'd say. It's tall and narrow, and the body lines intersect at odd angles, yet somehow it's still instantly recognizable as a BMW. In the front, we still have the kidney-shaped grille, but the inlet holes are not covered, which makes sense since there is no radiator behind them. The weirdest things on the car are most certainly the wheels. Today, when pretty much every car comes with very wide tires, the i3 rides on what looks like bicycle tires. They are 19-inch tall but only 155 mm wide, all in an effort to reduce rolling resistance. Suicide doors are another unusual design element, today only found on the Rolls-Royce Phantom, which incidentally is another car made by BMW. The doors that is, were designed to aid easy entry, or maybe just for design's sake. We will never know. The genius of the interior design lies in its simplicity. Because it lacks many a component a normal car would have, BMW could do away with the bulky transmission tunnel. The flat floor and large windows create a sensation of vast interior space. Inside the door jambs, we can observe the bare carbon fiber chassis. The unconventional design continues in the back, where we have a rear hatch made completely out of glass. What's more, the light clusters are installed behind it. Popping the hood, which is also the bonnet on this car, as the electric motor lives under there, it becomes obvious that there isn't all that much boot space. Nonetheless, by folding the rear seats, more space can be gained. You can always trade passengers for luggage. Under the front hood, we find another small cubbyhole. This is where the charging cable normally sits. Seats are modern with flawless ergonomics. Comfortable if somewhat on the hard side, typically German. The blue accented upholstery makes for a very pleasant place to be in, and definitely a departure from the usual BMW dark tones. Seats are manually adjustable, without an electric option, for obvious reasons. To turn the car on, simply press the start button. The gear selector itself now lives on the steering column. Simply rotate the lever forwards or backwards until the desired gear position lights up, and you're good to go. The instrument cluster is a small floating LCD screen, backed up by a larger infotainment system. The information provided by the instrument cluster revolves mainly around speed, range, and the prominently displayed sliding scale that shows how energy efficient is your driving. Here we can observe the button for the various driving modes that regulate the aggressiveness of the regen braking, and the controls for the infamous iDrive, with its various features like navigation, phone, etc. The rest of the switchgear is borrowed from across the BMW model range. The box-like shape and the large windows create a cavernous passenger compartment. The rear doors can only be accessed while the front ones are open. Interestingly, the rear windows do not open in any way, shape or form. A weight-saving feature, no doubt. Rear space is plentiful, but only for 2 occupants. I suspect they designed it this way to reduce total weight, and by doing so extend the car's range. In the design of the chassis, BMW has made extensive use of carbon fiber and aluminium, all in the name of lightness. And while most electric cars are plagued by the heft of their batteries, the i3 ended up light indeed. It only weighs around 1200 kilograms for the basic versions. Now couple that to a 170 horsepower engine, and you get a very lively hot hatch. Power delivery bears special mention. Electric motors, by their nature, have a constant torque figure. Max torque is available from 0 RPM all the way to red line. In the case of the i3, this figure is 250 Newton meters. If you've been paying any attention, you'd realize that these figures are eerily similar to some 2.5 liter straight sixes that BMW used to make. Driving is where this car shines, and this is where it's expected to shine, as it is a BMW after all. The ultimate driving machine, or so the propaganda goes. 0 to 60 is a claimed 7.5 seconds, but it feels quicker than that. The sensation you get closely resembles that of an accelerating airliner. It starts off without any wheel spin, but then it picks up speed exponentially, until about 70 miles per hour, when acceleration tapers off. Overtaking in the 30 to 60 range takes mere moments. Its rear-wheel drive, of course, has optimum weight balance and the power-to-weight ratio that beats many older non-turbo 6-cylinder BMWs. Add to all that the instant and relentless torque, and the car feels invincible performance-wise, within reason of course. The laws of physics will defeat it eventually, as the boxy shape is not ideal, 170 horsepower only goes so far, and the skinny tires are not going to help. In fact, the tires are the Achilles heel of the i3. They simply cannot provide enough grip to match the otherwise excellent chassis. As far as range, this 60M fully electric version will do between 80 and 100 miles in normal driving. The optional range extender, which consists of a petrol-powered generator, can easily double the effective range. So it's not a long-distance cruiser by any means, but then again no one said it's going to be. It is a compact car designed for short commutes and city driving, and for that its range should be enough. So why is it the best car in the world today? For years, us petrolheads have been terrified that electric cars will be little more than appliances, washing machines rolling down the road. Yet the i3 is here to give us hope. It is, dare I say it, fun to drive. What's more, it can achieve something extraordinary. It can convert entrenched petrolheads into electric car believers.